All right, you guys. So today we're doing water, the element of water. What happens when you're ruled by water? If you want a little context, if that's the first video you're watching, watch the previous one for context. So people who are ruled by water in the context of discovery of your path and purpose mission, who are ruled by water, in a side of light, you're going to be someone who is very empathetic, who is very compassionate, who is very sensitive, someone who romanticizes life, very connected to your heart, to your emotion, to your inner world, because water is emotion, right? Very charming, very romantic. I've said that already. Very a dreamer, right? A dreamer. Artistic as well. There's a very very beautiful artistic creative side into the water elements. On the side of shadow, what can happen when you're unhealed, shadows that can come forth, you're going to be a little bit too emotional, too sensitive. I don't want to say this in a way so you understand, because there's no such thing as too much emotion and too much sensitivity, but it's going to overwhelm you. It's going to take the reins, that emotion, that dysregulated emotion that you're not in control with, and it's so intense within you, it's going to take the reins. So you're going to become too sensitive, maybe a little bit moody, maybe a little bit dramatic, maybe a little manipulative. That people pleaser is also a tendency of water signs. A bit of an oversharer as well, because you don't know how to manage your emotions internally, so you go towards that oversharing. A bit naive as well, because again, you're not in control of your emotions, and it can also be, more than anything, emotionally dependent, because when you are sensitive, when you are that empath, when you are someone who really could master emotions, right? They're so strong within you, but when you don't master them, you don't know how to differentiate emotions of others that you read from your own. It's all a gooey mix, right? So you become dependent on emotions of others. You don't know how to separate, so you almost embody what people feel. So when people around you, they're not feeling too well, they're feeling overwhelmed, you feel that as well, right? So that codependency is created. This is where people confuse empathy. I talk about this all the time to you guys. Empathy is not about feeling constantly how others feels, because it just means that an emotion exists within you and you are unhealed. True empaths, we read that emotion, but we very well know that this is not our emotion. We can feel it in a moment to understand fully what this person is going through, even though we have not felt that emotion ourselves, but then we let that go. If you're not able to let that go momentarily, it means that it exists within you, which is not empathy, it's shadow, it's wounding. So people who are ruled by water, these are going to be your trauma healers, your womb priestesses, your sound healers, your energy healers, energy readers. I find anything as well that links to emotions, managing emotions. With emotions comes relationships. So often coaches, readers, guides for love, for soul relationships, right? In a more of a 3D world, your artists, your therapists, although spirituality can also be expressed through being an artist, so it's sort of on a two levels, those artists, therapists, creativity is going to be a thing when you have to let those emotions in. All right, I hope this was helpful, and in the next episode we're going to do air.